Alright, good morning YouTube. I'm gonna get right into it. I was just discussing with the Discord how I make my trade plans and whatnot, what my plans will be for today. So Cliff, like I was saying, so my plans for today is a few, and of course, the whole point of making plans is so if one doesn't work out, maybe another will, or if it doesn't work out, you're at least not in a losing trade. So trade plan number one would be a short in this area. Now, of course, I would need some confirmation. I would need VIX at a key level or VIX starting to spike higher. Again, VIX is really, really low right now. I would look for maybe some divergence on ESNQ as well for a confirmation. I would maybe look for us to line up to this 1 hour supply on ES and to come into this 1 hour supply on NQ as well. That'll be two supply confirmations. I do have to mark out new zones on the Dow. What else are we looking for? So that's one of the short plans, is short in here with confirmation. Another plan would be longs at demand. So we have two demands that are sort of overlaying each other. We created a 4 hour demand, then we created a 1 hour demand on top of this 4 hour demand. We also created this 30-minute right here, but again, not a big fan of 30s. This key level is another area of interest. So you see how we're making a higher low, a higher low. Now if we pull back here and we hold this key level, that'll also be us holding and creating another higher low to go higher. So that's something I'll be looking for on the 30-minute, is us to hold this yellow key level at 428675. And I'll even make that a bit thicker too. Just a bit. And I like this key level on Nasdaq because this key level lines up with the top of supply, so that's a pretty strong level. And so that's sort of about it. So I have short plans, I have long plans, and of course, guys, if we do get into this supply and we're just too strong, I'm not gonna look to play shorts. Never fight the trend, even if we're in supply. Just don't fight it. If you want, wait for us to break it and reclaim it and go long. There will always be a retest before the next leg. Every move's got two legs. Amy, am I right on that?
I'm sorry, I wasn't totally paying attention.
Aw, Amy, you're supposed to be keeping me in line. Don't
I'm
most, don't most
sorry
good.
about that.
No, I'm just messing with you. Don't most strong moves though in the stock market have two legs?
So, if we're gonna talk like Elliott wave, and when you
All
say
right.
strong move, I would associate that with an impulse wave. That's a five wave move. And yes, it would be three moves in the impulse direction and two corrections back. That's probably too deep in the weeds for you.
Yeah, and I was gonna say that's a whole blank Elliott wave. That's cool though.
Think in a different, realm.
Yeah, yeah. But no, that's Elliott Wave is obviously something that's proven itself to work, so that's a good one. Maybe I could see. I don't. Do you know if Jeremy uses that? See if he can make a video for us.
Understands it, but Elliott wave analysis really takes some time to understand, and watching it over time is how you I don't feel like it's a great way to trade unless you're swing trading. Like, I like it alongside fundamentals if I'm looking at like trading Apple or getting into a position long term for a retirement account, and I want to quote buy the dips, or I want to avoid, or I want to know when I want to put a hedge on,
Whoa.
that
Right.
sort of thing. Yeah, we've got a strong push up this morning.
Yeah, that
But
was
for
crazy.
short-term trading, the only thing I look at the wave counts for is to decide whether or not we are in a corrective move or if we are in an impulse move. And I just, if I'm going to take on size, I want to be in agreement with an
The move.
impulse,
Right.
right?
Absolutely.
So
All right, so we got a strong move. The NQ obviously leading this move. Some
yeah,
divergence on ES.
that 4,300 for some reason. Everybody, it's just ridiculous.
Oh yeah, that's 4,300 guys, 4,300 psych level. That's in the supply zone too. So that's another sort of form of confirmation is those psychological levels.
Hmm. And they're big. Don't discount them, especially in the ES.
Yup, huge, huge.
So we
Okay, NQ.
short of
Okay.
overnight high. Sorry, I don't mean to step on your
No,
top.
you're good. I was just gonna say Dow and NQ are completely inverse from each other right now.
You bounced them pretty hard.
And that's probably what's causing this divergence of ES and NQ right
Yeah.
there.
Push me, pull you kind of
Yep.
in here.
Yep.
Who's gonna win?
So you know what though? This is sort of exactly what I was looking for. I was looking for a big. I was at first I was worried because we were closer to this 1 hour supply on ES and we were so much further from this 1 hour supply on NQ. I was like, no way we get to both supplies at the same time. But with this move right here, we're probably yeah, we're probably gonna get in there.
We're gonna break the overnight high, and if we can do it and turn right around 4,300, I think this might be a good short.
Good morning, YouTube. Hello, everybody. Appreciate you all for tuning in this morning. If you don't mind, drop a like if you do like what we're going over. If you guys got any chart recommendations, let me know. ES and Q, the Dow, and VIX is what I currently have up right here. Trade plan is going to be sort of look for weakness in this supply zone, weakness in this supply zone too. But with this big, strong candle of NQ, it's going to be sort of hard to short that. Oh man, we getting close.
Now the question is this going to be a major breakout
Nope.
to a higher level, or are we going to pull back? Our pullbacks have been very pathetic. We may just have higher to go, which would be crazy, but
Yeah, would be nice.
right. So we got the turn.
Let's check out those higher time frames, guys. Always good to get a feel for the market on the higher time frames. 1 hour rally base, and it looks like we could rally on this 1 hour. Got to see where this 1 hour closes. Got about 25 minutes left in it. Remember, if you're trading a higher time frame, you got to wait for those candles to close.
Q is on fuego.
Hey, here we go. Yeah. We got 45-minute demand forming on ES right now. As long as we push higher and hold higher, this might be a good trade right here. We'll do 45.
4,300. I'm going to mute myself because I talk out loud.
That's okay. Everybody else, what are you guys watching? What are you guys looking at? What are you guys trading? Alright, so here we go. We got NQ, NASDAQ just wicked inside supply. ES wicking the exact level of that 1 hour, now inside of it. Let's see. Guys, remember, you got to take in for a matter of fact. Right now, with how strong that pump was, retail's probably chasing the blank out of it right now. See, I think if retails keep going long, are they really right? Usually not. There's a reason 90% of the time they lose, or 90% of retail traders lose money. See, I low-key want to go short here just because of the supply zone, but I don't know if I'm going to. Definitely want to wait for some type of confirmation or something. Let's see. Alright, I'll grab one. We'll see. Alright, that's nice. Cool. Oh, cool. Very cool. Yo, that's alright. Okay. Alright, that's cool. Alright, I'm out of that short. That was like insane. I got. Alright, quick little trade recap on that. That was. I entered here at the 42.99 where that supply was. Like right where the supply started. And the reason for that is because, again, like I pointed out live, retail was going long because of that massive pump, because they were unaware of the supply zone. Me, I was aware of the supply zone. You were all aware of the supply zone. I said I'm going to short it here, because what I also saw was NASDAQ rejected its supply zone. So look at this, guys, to a T on both of them. Like, that's crazy clean. The reason I got out where I got out was because we came back to this area of consolidation and I was expecting a move higher because there was a lot of buying power. So I went into this trade knowing one, this is going to be a scalp, and two, I knew where I was entering and I knew where my stop was. My stop was going to be such a short and quick stop loss. It was not even a full point, just 1 point stop loss. And the take profit was down here, so it was about a 4-to-1 risk reward. It was a very good trade. And with the one trade, I could be done for the day if I wanted to. Waiting for supply zone, but not maybe a good area. US Open. Dakota, where did you get this supply zone? What time frame is that? $30-minute, nice. Okay. Yeah, so you see, I always like 30 minutes good, but I always like to try to find a higher time frame. Always start with the higher. Yeah, that's definitely a good 30-minute, and that could also be a reason why I wanted to exit that short so quickly because I figured we'd get some pullback. Because again, also bulls have been showing their presence in this market, so it's sort of hard to fight that trend. But so you see how we had that basing and then the drop, but we had the same type of formation on the 1 hour. So I would then mark the 1 hour because the higher the time frame, the stronger the zone, and it also brings us a little bit lower, which gives me the chance of getting in. Wow, that's crazy. What an exit. I'm glad I got out of that trade. Oh my... Yo, I gotta show you guys so you don't think I'm full of it. I shorted there, 4299, and I got out 4296. Alright, 3-to-1 risk reward. That was a clean exit though. Could have reversed the trade and took it back up. That would have been something, but right now NASDAQ is showing weakness, so we'll wait. A rule I give myself, guys, and you give yourself this one too if you're interested, is once you get out of a trade, because I know a lot of people have problems with over trading or chasing moves or whatever. Once you're out of a trade, winner or loser, try to give yourself like maybe 10 minutes to get back in a trade, or try to give yourself 5-10 minutes to assess the situation, reassess the chart, see what's going on. Like, think of it like you just exited. Did you just exit because it hit a stop? Did you just exit because you took profit? Did you just... And before you exit, think, well, if I exit now, will I want to re-enter? If I get out now, will I want to go back long again? If I was in long, will I want to go back short again if I was in short? And if that's the case, then maybe one, you should either hold a bit longer, or two, size down, go from ES to MES, and get a few contracts. That way you could scale out of the position. Say you hit target 1, you scale out 80% of your position, and leave the other 20%. You move your stop to break even, and you let the other 20% run. That way you can't lose on that because it's break even, and you could let it run if there's more room to go in the market. Alright, now we got the opposite of what we were getting this morning. Instead of NASDAQ grinding up, the Dow's jumping higher. That's a nice 5-minute base and rally after right there on the Dow. Let's take a look again at the 45-minute. So 45-minute, this zone is still confirmed, very strong. Here we are at key level 4303 on ES, inside supply, and I'm pretty sure that's also right at the 30-minute. Yeah, look at that. Yo, Dakota, you got that 30-minute supply, bro. That's awesome. The wick was too long, the 1 hour? Oh, I see what you're saying, because it had that bottom wick. Usually we want it to have a top wick. Yeah, I understand that, and I could definitely see most of the time this wouldn't really be the best, most ideal candle. But when we do have, this is still considered a basing because we had an engulfing afterwards with the follow through lower. So that's why I marked it. But everybody marks their zones differently. Everybody finds supply and demand differently, unless of course you're just going based off of how I plot it, then it should be pretty similar. But yeah, that's about it. I can't get over that trade. That was crazy. Alright, so we're still failing this supply zone on NASDAQ. Might look to enter another short on ES. Yeah, see that we're getting 2 wicks off of that key level. NASDAQ, though, it broke this supply zone again, came back, retested it right off the key level and is going higher. So that's a nice move. Maybe we do go higher, NASDAQ. But again, we have this supply zone here. So if people didn't know about this supply zone, they're going long, they're chasing, they're still chasing long. So we'll see, guys. Definitely got to see. The market could do whatever it wants. Yeah, definitely. I would definitely consider a short over here. I'm not going to take any positions just because I did have that one winner and it hasn't been the 10 minutes yet. It hasn't. So I shall wait. But we could always throw a little chart on there, or a little example trade on there, see if it works out or not. Where we got? Where's VIX at? VIX is pushing green candles right now, so that's looking a little weak. But again, guys, can't fight the trend. These green candles suggesting a lot of bulls are here. Maybe we could see where this 5-minute closes on NASDAQ. See if we get a higher low. But I don't think so. Yeah, look at that. Nice. See, I told you guys, I'm not feeling a short there. So what I do, I didn't take the short. Not taking a trade pays off as much as taking a trade. Especially if not taking that trade means you're not losing money. Cash is a position. If you're not confident in a trade, do not take it. You want to have confidence when you enter a trade. Confidence and confirmation. Oh, I was trying to think of some acronyms or something to think of to help us remember what to look for and stuff. So obviously VVM was volume, volatility, and momentum. But I was like messing around, and one came up was LAVA, LAVA, and I thought it was liquidity assessment and oh my God, what was it? Volume analysis. Liquidity assessment and volume analysis. Because we look for liquidity in our zones, and we look for volume, even though I never have volume on my charts, we look for volume for confirmation as well. If we have strong volume, there's most likely going to be continuation over when we don't have strong volume. Check that out. That's crazy. And of course, volume is what moves the market. Price and volume. Alright, so let's see, guys. Look at that. We're still keep trying to push through this key level. We're still getting weak. We're right back into the supply zone on NASDAQ. Anybody who doesn't have supply or demand will not see this zone and will think we're just going to break right through. Whereas we have the upper hand, we know that there's a lot of sell orders here. From the last time we were in this area, we had a... Let's see, we had a 120 point sell-off on NASDAQ last time we were in this area. So let's see if we can maybe get a 60 point sell-off, 60 points would bring us right back to this previous area of consolidation too. This is a measured move. Alright, here we go, guys. Let's see. We're going to get this rejection or not. The Dow back to being weak. Let's see. Again, don't fight the trend. Try to get in somewhere. If you're trying to get in reversals, you always want to try to get in somewhere where there's a swing high, swing low. That way you know where your stop is. You get in here, you know your stop is here. Manage your risk accordingly. If you can't risk $50 a point for this 3-point stop, you should not be trading ES. Go to MES, $5 a point. Maybe do 3 contracts is $15 a point. 4 contracts, $20 a point. And again, once you do start doing MES instead of ES for the smaller accounts, you're able to scale out of positions. You're able to say, here's my take profit 1, here's my take profit 2, I'll scale out some of here, I'll scale out some there. And we could use that to our advantage, because listen, if you scale out and you have that second take profit and we end up just coming back to break even, you're fine. You already scaled out a majority of your position right at your first take profit and moved your stop to break even, so now you're covered completely. YouTube, the music's not getting picked up, right? Because last time the music got picked up, we got hit with the copyright thing. There are hidden sell orders, right? How come we can't see them? Dakota, what do you mean by like hidden sell orders? Like instead of like a passive sell order sitting there, like it's not sitting there, like we can't visually see it? Oh no, Amy left. Hey, Victoria.
Oh, hey guys, how did you realize I've just logged on?
Good morning. No, you know what it is? I had my Discord thing behind the charts, so I forgot to look at it for a moment.
Oh, hi Kevin.
Hello. Yes, sell orders by institutions that we can't visually see. So you also got to think of it this way, with the sell orders that we can't see and the institutions that are filling those sell orders, we might not see them on some type of time in sales or something like that. But when we're creating a supplier demand zone, what we'll probably see, like let's say this demand zone right here on the 1 hour, right? We have ignore the upper wick. I'm just using this as an example. But if we had this consolidation, this red consolidation, what was happening was sellers were in this candle, sellers are in, sellers are in, sellers are still here. But what's happening is institutions almost put a buy wall there. They put an order block there, but not a visual one that you could see, because they don't want to let people know, hey, we're reversing here, or else all these people who are selling are going to want to start buying. That's when the institutions are filling their orders. When they fake enough retail out that they could start filling their own orders. Because remember, once they fill all their big institution orders, at some point they start making the market rally because of the strength of the institution orders that are getting filled. So when we rally, that's not because we're rallying for no reason. We're rallying because institutions filled their orders and pumped the stock. Not a pump and dump that you hear about on TV, but it's just where institutions are filling their orders. So same here. You got to think of every area of interest as an area where institutions were filling their orders. Think of it as a fake out. Think of it as a way that the market was manipulated momentarily. We have this 15-minute right here. I don't think we retested it yet. So this 4 hour, I want to give you a quick example of a weak zone, but a zone I still marked. So I marked this 4 hour right here, and we didn't really have much continuation after that, let alone a rally. In fact, we tried to rally and failed right after, which would tell me this is a weak zone. But because we had a basing, we had a good rejection, and we did have somewhat of a rally, what this zone does is it helps me notice where our zones and where our range on the stock is. So we were pushing like this, right? We were going. I'm going to go to a smaller time frame so you can see more of what I'm talking about, but this is for the 4 hour demand zone. So we were going, we pushed up, we had these big rallies, right? We went higher, higher, higher. And then what happened? We start to come down, we start to range. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for a zone near the bottom of this range that I could mark as a daily, not a daily, but as a demand. And I'm going to look for a zone up here to mark as a supply, because supply and demand helps us find our ranges, and it sort of helps guide us to sell high and buy low. The complete opposite of this hat. Hold up. Sorry, Discord. You guys don't see the hat. I'll send you guys a picture. But I got I got a hat that says buy high, sell low. I feel like it's like the worst thing you could wear. Alright, so let's see, what else are we looking for? So we're still in the supply zone. We're still rejecting. We're still failing to hold. But buyers aren't giving up yet. Buyers are still holding up. Buyers are showing that they're here. But this key level's holding up pretty strong. But what happened yesterday, back when I got faked out, you see right here, we had all these rejections. Right over here, there was a supply zone. And we had all these rejections, and I was like, okay, I'm going to take it short. Took it short, immediately went in my direction, was feeling good, didn't cut it, thought it was going to be a day trade, not a scalp. What happens? It reversed on me, I got stopped out. So this right here, normally a rejection because of the wicks, would continue lower. Unfortunately, because buyers and bulls have been present in the market and have been very strong and have been just destroying supply after supply, we ended up rallying and breaking it. Gotta remember also, guys, when we're wicking and rejecting an area, that's not only showing weakness. If anything, it's showing that we're trying to get through this area, and each time we try and fail, what we're doing is we're drawing liquidity from that key level. And when we draw more and more liquidity from it, what happens is it gets weaker and weaker. So there's two things that could happen, essentially. The first thing is that we reject this zone and we don't have enough buyers at all and we sell off. Or we stay near the level and we keep trying to break it, we keep rejecting, we keep breaking it, keep rejecting. We start to pull back, we come back. See, that pullback was a liquidity grab before the market was finally able to break and hold this level. So you got to really think of it as at this point, they were fighting. It could have gone 50-50. But because of how strong and bullish the market's been in general, bulls were here, bulls were active, and bulls said, let's go higher. We double topped over here. We didn't end up hitting supply until later this day. But that was about it. That was just the example I wanted to give as to why maybe not to short at weakness, at the first sign of weakness. Although, yes, normally I would, especially because of these factors. I mean, we have a key level. We have a 1 hour supply within a daily supply. It's pretty weak here. I mean, we even had that 30-minute supply here, too, that our member Dakota pointed out, which is great. Thank you so much, Dakota. That's great that you're learning and picking up so fast. It's awesome. But it's really, supply and demand, guys, really a great thing to use. Really gives you an advantage. It helps you to see when not to chase, too. Because, again, just like this morning on this big rejection right here at first, I caught this move down and I scalped it because I knew shorts weren't, like, living long in this market at the moment until proven otherwise. But, I mean, obviously now NASDAQ came back to this 1 hour, had a bunch of rejections, is going lower. But you gotta be careful, guys. Try to get in near a key level, try to get in with weakness or with rejection, and because when you do get in with the rejection, you're also able to put your stop at the highest rejection. That way you know where your stop is, because again, you need to know where your stop is. Alright, so let's say you were short up here, first TP was taken, you take off about 70-80% of your port, and you let the other 20% run. You got your stop right here at break even. You had it here before, now you have it here. I'll even put a little thingamabob. Right, so if we started this trade and our first target was here, would have been a 2-to-1 risk reward, would have taken some off, about 80-90%, would have moved the stop further down here for our second take profit. Now, note that I'm not using the daily demand, the daily supply as a take profit, or the 45-minute demand, even though I normally do. And the reason for that is, again, bears have not shown the strength and the consistency that I've wanted. Pre-market they have, not so much during market hours. So we'll need to let this trade play out, and I would see, you see how we had these rejections over here? That's where I would target. But let's see. We also have the Dow at the bottom of its area of interest. We'll see if it could hold it or if it fails it. Oh, Jeremy's sick. Guys, just never mind. I'll mention
If
it
you
later.
need to go, Kevin, we can sit here.
What was that?
If you need to do something, we can sit here.
Oh,
Seems
no.
like
No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I was just saying Jeremy's sick. I feel bad.
Oh, that's, So you're holding the fort on your own today, Kevin.
I am.
Awesome. Doing great.
This is the easy part. I like going live with y'all, looking at the stock market, because again, guys, once you get the consistency down, and once you get the what's the word I'm looking for when you do something enough? Oh my god, I'm drawing a blank here. What was that? Experience? Repetition, that's a good one too. But like, I guess experience, like with looking at charts. What was that?
When you get the routine down.
The routine's good. So routine's more like a morning routine. Do chart your zones, create a chart plan. I guess I guess it's experience. You know, once you look at charts long enough and you're able to spot supply and demand quickly, and you're able to spot higher lows, lower highs quickly, able to spot divergences quickly, it really gives you an upper hand, and it definitely helps out. Like NASDAQ would be my confirmation to go short, right? But yes, the Dow, it's trying to bounce up higher. What's VIX doing? VIX looks like it wants to go. VIX is a tough read right here, really. Looks like it wants to go higher. I'm not taking any more trades, probably not. Although the shorts do look good here. But again, guys, if you entered a short here, it's really, really tough because then you're entering here and you got to say to yourself, well, where's my stop loss? You could put it right here, but most likely you're going to get stop hunted. But gotta say, we'll see. If it comes back and taps here and starts to reject, you know what? Stops would probably be a tick higher. I'm gonna look for a short around here, which would be also a higher low inside supply. So that would be my next trade plan. So you see, while the market makes its moves and while the market's doing its thing, you know, I'm not looking at this and saying, oh, well, I should have shorted up here when it rejected. Yeah, I coulda, woulda, shoulda. But I didn't, and quite honestly, I wouldn't because we were too bullish. But, what was I getting at? Oh, but the more you watch it, the more you let the market develop, the easier it is to get a feel, to get a read for it and all that. You alright? Yes. It's like things falling behind me. Alright, so let's see, what else are we looking for? And again, guys, I wouldn't take any long positions here either. I definitely wouldn't take any long positions, even though we've been pushing higher. And, you know, this wick, I guess, could be a higher low. I'm not yet. If anything, if we do break above this and come back and retest that and go higher, then I'll look to take it. Just like just like the example I just gave. How we were rejecting this area of interest, we started to come down, and then we popped right through it. We might get something similar, right? Where we were rejecting it, we popped down, and then we popped back up. Could this be a liquidity grab? Maybe. That's why we gotta let the chart play out. We still got 30 seconds in this 5 minute. This could, though, however, be a drop-base drop, because look how there's no wick on the 5 minute. When you look for a drop-based drop, a rally-based rally, you really want there to be no wick on the drop or no wick on the rally. Because what that shows is how retail reads no wick on a candle, they read that as strength. So retail would see the shorts go, they would see this big long rejection, and they would see, oh wow, okay. They would see this candle close with no wick, and they would say, oh, well, that's easily going to continue. That was a big rejection. We're going to keep going. They would have got in, and look what happened to them. They would have hit that stop loss where I marked right before. That's pretty crazy. And now are we going to continue lower? We'll see. Give me one sec. Yeah? Good stuff. Fantastic. Sorry guys, just got some good news. Oh, by the way, I guess I was gonna do a little announcement later on our YouTube and in our Discord sort of add everyone and stuff, but I'll say it now. So, obviously, this past Saturday webinar was a great success, a great turnout. Everybody enjoyed it. It was really awesome. So, going forward, I'm going to be doing Saturday night webinars from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. And obviously join. What I'm going to do is I'll do the webinar from 6 to 7 and then do sort of a Q&A through YouTube for about 15 minutes. And then what I'm going to do, if you guys are interested as members, is I could come into the Discord after and do some more like one-on-one type stuff with you guys, sort of give you guys the upper hand on the people who don't have a membership with us yet. But more webinars, since you guys seem to like that one.
Yeah, I'm sorry I missed it. I was traveling.
Oh, that's alright. It's recorded.
It was brilliant. It's worth watching. It's on the Bullishbrs YouTube channel.
Thank you, Victoria. Yeah, it was a good one. It definitely. I ended up rewatching it a few times myself. If you guys got any input too on it, like if you want me to do something a bit different or focus more on something else, you guys let me know.
Oh, that was really good, Kevin. If you doing it again this Saturday or?
Yeah, I'm going to do it again this Saturday. I just got to decide if I want to do again supply and demand, or if I might focus more on support and resistance levels, because I didn't really get to do that much.
Okay, Saturday night with Kevin then, because it's nighttime here when I watch your YouTube channel. Webinars. Thank you.
Sure, absolutely. So look at that big liquidity sweep we had to the bear side right there, guys. That's why it's also important to let candles close and let it do its thing. Because look, also, we had the same exact type of reaction. We had this close right here, and retail would have chased it short and got swallowed up. And then we had a long close right here. Look at that, no wick on this 5 minute to go long. Retail probably chased that back up just for us to continue lower. You gotta really think, where's retail putting their stops, where's retail getting long, where's retail getting short, because we have to do the opposite of retail. We have to be better than them. There's a reason they're losing in it's gotta be over 90% at this point of retail traders are losing. Look guys, look at that. Look how perfect that trade went out. Another beautiful trade. Oh my goodness. This was another 2-to-1. Today I had two 2-to-1s. I had this first one right here. This one right here, oh wow, it's going to keep going. But now be careful, we are in a 45-minute demand, and we're also seeing a tiny bit of divergence. Nothing crazy, something that I would definitely say wait for the candle to close. But geez, what a trade, guys. I hope somebody caught that, if anybody caught that. That was nice. Too clean. Definitely not a call-out guy, definitely not a call-out server, but I will call out what I'm looking at, how I'm reading it, what I'm looking at, and I even post these little, I don't even know what they're called, long position, short position tools. I'll even throw those on so, if somebody joins YouTube a little late, they can get a gist of where the entry would be, where the stop would be. So very cool, very nice.
Yeah, if you get that discount for the rest of us on.
Yeah, that's right. You know what? Hold up. I'm right. Cliff, thank you for reminding me. That's awesome. Love it, love it, love it. Yes, I gotta get you guys. I gotta reach out. And you guys could thank Cliff, too, for reminding me. Well, I gotta reach out to TradingView, because I want to try to get our members, try to get you guys, because we have the affiliate code and stuff, and that's great for Bullishbrs. But I don't think it's a discount code for you guys, and I would much prefer you guys get a discount through our code, even if it's like a 20% or something, Wow, look at that. That divergence played out right off of demand right here. That would have gave you another few points. Ain't that something, guys?
I mean, right
Too
now
easy.
they offer like 50% off if you do the 1 month, and maybe we could get 60.
Right. Well, you know what it is? What is it? It's 50% off for the first month, and then it's no percent off following?
Yeah, or you do the yearly plan, where you can get 160%, but a permanent percentage off would be way better.
Yeah, I was thinking of more of a permanent 20%, right? Or something like that. Or, I don't even know, really. Maybe something like, what another company recommended was, like, they would cover part of your Bullishbrs membership if you made an account with them, which I thought was an interesting idea. Because then, like, let's say you...
That maxes out because I paid for the lifetime membership. So.
Oh, well, then you better tell that broker you want your refund. I'm just kidding. Okay, so yeah, that's a good point. See, there's always pros and cons to every idea and every thought. Let's see. This is quite the market we're getting today, guys. Might go lower here. Nope, don't want that loud. I don't want YouTube picking up any music. Cannot have that. Alright, Part of me wants to say we go lower, another part of me saying we're in the middle of nowhere. So with that being said, no trades. If we're in the middle of nowhere, there are no trades. Not in demand, can't take it. Not in supply, can't take it. We are technically in a supply, but we've been chopping. This is not, I wouldn't take this. This is the middle of nowhere. It's a coin flip. This is a coin flip trade. That's not a trade you want to take. If you want to take a coin flip trade, go to a casino and gamble. As a trader, you should not want to be gambling. You should not want to be taking unconfirmed trades or unconfident trades. You should be wanting to take trades that you're confident in, that you have confirmation, that you know what you're doing, you know where your stop is, you know where your target is. And you know you could risk your stop. You want to be able to be in a trade that you could risk however much your stop loss is. So now we're getting a bit of divergence on the 5-minute. We have a green 5-minute on NASDAQ with a red 5-minute on ES, but we still have over 2 minutes before the candle closes. So remember, guys, when we have time for the candle to close, the candle could do anything it wants. It could sell off all the way. It could pump back up all the way. It could do whatever it wants because it knows retail's looking at this wick and thinking we're rejecting to go higher. It knows retail tried to get in along here, or retail tried to short again here. The market is a chop fest. What is it, 80% of the time or something it's in a range, and 20% we're in a trend. So that's why we have to look into the smaller time frames and find where our ranges are so we could, one, play the ranges, and that's also where supply and demand comes in because it gives us our ranges. And two, it helps us to know where to stop out. It helps us to know when we break a range to look for a retest and continuation. And it's a really good way to view the market, good market context. We had this drop, a base drop on NASDAQ, so I believe this should continue lower, about a minute left in that. But again, guys, looking at this big long wick on the 5-minute, not a big fan. Definitely me, I'm sitting out of this. I could have taken the short up here. I could have taken the short once this 5-minute closed, but as you all saw, once this 5-minute opened, it literally just dropped in a second. It was uncatchable.
I scalped the way up and I was out of it before.
Hey, good job, Victoria.
Thank you. I've made my $50 for the day.
That's what I like to hear. Good job. Go get 'em. Maybe for the next, Dakota, I'm so sorry for not answering the messages in the Discord. I gotta just keep this up. I don't know why I don't. Maybe for the next webinar, different kinds of divergences. It's a good idea. Trade copiers, I'm pretty sure Tradeovate has a trade copier. A lot of people who do the Apex funded trader accounts, they also use trade copiers because you could buy multiple accounts and run multiple trades at the same time. But does anybody here have a trade copier recommendation for Dakota in the main chat? That's what you're doing? Oh, nice. You're doing Apex? Eval for 4? Nice. Cliff, just an FYI, Jeremy might not see the message until he looks at it because you didn't at him. Discord's very specific. Save 80. Yeah, yo, Dakota, I use the same code, Save 80. I'm running a eval right now, too. Just one. You know what it is? I like to take it slowly, take it one at a time, because I'm also streaming for most of the time, so I can't really trade to my highest. But I could still, monitor and look at things and whatnot. Look at this. Right off that 45 minute. That's crazy. That's nice. That's dope. Yo, Ricardo, what's going on, Ricardo? Who else we got in here? Rohan, hey, what's going on? You're new. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, Andre, welcome. I see you've been in here since April. Welcome, I haven't seen you in here.
Morning, Kevin.
What's going on, Ricardo? Melcat, hello to you too. Everybody, hello everybody. If you guys want me to run down the names, I will. James Bennett, hello everybody. And YouTube, hello to you guys too. Again, YouTube guys, if you guys ever got any recommendations or input or got any questions, please just feel free. Drop a comment. I will answer. I always got the YouTube comments up. What time is it? It's about only 10 after 10. It's not 11 yet, guys. Morning, morning. Hello, hello. Appreciate the responses, fellas. How are you guys doing today? You guys take any trades? Throw a little wave.
Hey Kevin, on a demand zone, if I have a engulfing wick before my candle that I'm setting it from, I should probably incorporate the wick of the engulfing candle too.
Could you send a screenshot?
Sure.
Thank you. Alright guys, so we're sort of back in the middle of nowhere, so to speak. We had this big rejection off of demand, we had this red basing, and now we tried to have a rally candle after, but we're rejecting this 1 hour supply zone again. This time we're rejecting it to a T, to a tick. So definitely be careful if anybody wants to try any longs here. VIX has also been trying to push higher. Trying's the key word. And remember, if you're taking a short in this kind of market, you gotta, when in doubt, look back. When in doubt, zoom out. And you gotta see, okay, well, we sort of just been rallying every few days for a bit, so the trend is clearly more bullish than bearish. If we look at year to date, we're green on ES and NQ. The only thing we're not really green on is the Dow, which is, it's sort of green. Not as green as the others, but that's interesting. Alright, Cliff, so let's see. You were talking about the demand zone?
Yeah.
So like that bottom candle with that big long wick on the bottom, that red one? Yeah, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna mark the top of it, which would be like 42884, and then you would do the rectangle tool all the way to the bottom of the wick. Yeah, exactly. So you would go from right here to down here, because you gotta think of this as a liquidity grab, because this big long wick lower, once at some point this was a full candle, and bears were chasing it. Bears were filling, bears were short, and bulls said, nope, see you later, and took it back. It did a nice liquidity sweep. Now we got bag holders, we got people buying back their positions, and that's where that is. What do you guys think about Hood? Let's see. And guys, you guys too, of course, in the YouTube any chart recommendations, just holler, let me know. So guys, on other charts and other stocks other than futures or strong equities or things like that, it's sort of hard to spot supply and demand because it's not as strong. The institutions aren't as heavy in these stocks as they would be futures or Apple or Microsoft or things like that. So, I mean, we could mark this sort of as a supply zone. Right, we do green. Well, let's do supply daily and throw a rectangle on there. Make that red. Wonderful. And let's see. Now we also want to make sure we have a daily zone in there too. And it does look like we respected this daily zone at some point, which is great. It does mean the supply and demand is working. Again, though, it might not be as strong because the liquidity isn't as heavy as it would be an ETF or a futures or one of the top weighted stocks. But that's okay. It's still worth giving it a shot. Still worth plotting key levels. Key levels are very important. Support and resistance. Super important. I would say it's almost more important than supply and demand. But when you have both of them, it just gives you that much more confirmation and that much more, just confirmation and strength to the trade you're taking. So I would do a key level here, Make that a little thinner. Do a key level here. And the reason I'm doing this one here is because we had these rejections, then we used it as support, and then resistance, and another one up top. And that's about it. I mean, I guess we could do one more at the lows right over here. And I'm just going to screenshot that and send that on over to our member that requested this chart. Oh, and another thing, guys, of course, when you are charting supply and demand on equities, you want to make sure you have pre-market off. There's no real liquidity in equities when the market's closed. Nobody's trading Apple at 6 o'clock at night. Nobody's trading Microsoft at midnight. People are trading those things when the market opens at 9:30 and then until it closes at 4. So what do we do here? What do we see here? We see our range with our daily zones. Look for maybe a daily, a smaller time frame demand zone over here somewhere. Check the 90 minute, 30 minute, 40 minute, 45 minute, I mean. Yeah, here we go. We got about a 45 minute right here. I'm just going to mark that real quick. And if you guys got any equity questions, any supply demand questions, anything at all, please feel free to chime in. Feel free to ask. Alright, copy image, send this over to him. Doggo needs a walk, talk later. Alright, peace, Cliff. Alright, so let's get back to our futures. Let's see what's going on with that, guys. How about you guys? Anybody in the YouTube? You guys taking any trades today? Or got any questions or input? Please let me know. Yeah, I should get a really loud keyboard and put the mic next to it and just be like all the time, like all day. Alright, so let's see what the stock market's doing now. What are we doing? We're again having a little bit of, sorry about that. We're again having a little bit of divergence. The Dow wants to go higher. ES and NQ want to go lower. We did reject this 1 hour supply. See if we come down to this 1 hour demand on NASDAQ. I do want to see if we have any closer demand zones on NASDAQ, just because there is a good chance we could reverse before we get down to this 1 hour, because we used it already. So let's see the 90 minute. So I saw on the 30 minute, we had, the 30 minute we have one right here. But the thing with this zone, guys, is it's not covering the bottom. We always want to try to cover the rounding bottoms or the rounding tops when we're making our supply and demand. This is right before then, so it might work in the case that we make a higher low, right? So this might work, so let's plot that out as a small zone, full 30 minute. Right, so if we come down, we make a higher low and go higher, this would be the perfect entry. But now let's go to a higher time frame and see if we could get that whole bottom area. Right, so look, this 45 minute has it. Let's see, a higher time frame, 1 hour, no. 2 hour, no. And I'd assume no on the 3 hour, because look, the bigger the time frames we get, the less candles we have afterwards. 3 hour, nope. See, the 3 hour would be great, because this is like a perfect basing candle right here. We had a small body and a big rejection wick on the bottom, followed by a strong rally afterwards. But the problem is, we have this big old rejection candle. but we still have an hour and 38 minutes before this 3-hour closes. So with that being said, I mean, an hour and 38 minutes is more than enough time for the stock to come back up here. So with that being said, I would mark a key level here. Go back into the 5-minute, right? And I'm marking that key level just in case that 3-hour does hold, right? So we'll see if we come into this area and reject it and go higher. But we will take into consideration we wicked out of demand for just a moment right here on ES. But this was really just for about literally one tick. It went the bottom of the zone's 4291.50. It went to 4291.25. So I would personally keep this zone just for a moment, although yes, because this price did go through it, does mean there's no more liquidity there to hold it up. So I'd wait a little bit, maybe then delete the zone, wait for it to break it one more time. The Dow is still trying to push higher. Let's get this back to the VIX. VIX trying to push higher is bearish sentiment. Let's see. Hello YouTube, what's going on? Appreciate you guys for joining us. See a few more people just tuned in. Hello and welcome to our stream. We're doing a little bit of ES and NQ today. We are now in this 30-minute demand on the NASDAQ, so let's see if it holds. Doesn't look like it's going to hold. Got to remember, guys, today's trend clearly has been bearish. We do not want to fight that. But when we zoom out and look at our previous days, other than this chop, we have been rallying, so buyers have been present. So be careful with their bearish moves. Try to keep them scalps. Try to have a good stop loss, because you see on the 5-minute a whole lot of upper wicks, which means a whole lot of stop hunting. And you don't want to be the one that gets hunted by a stop. What up? What up, Chevy? Yo, what's going on? I remember you. What's going on, man? Did you join in on our webinar on a Saturday? You know, yes, because obviously new people join the YouTube. Just gonna let you guys know too, we're gonna be doing another webinar this Saturday at 6 p.m. and I'm gonna be going over support and resistance levels. Support, resistance, and I think there was one other thing. And divergence. Support, resistance, and divergence. That's what I'm writing down. Hey, here we go. There's that push lower. I told you guys, be careful. We do not want to fight that trend. But now with that being said, this demand zone is broken. So what am I going to do? I'm going to make this blue actually, and I'm going to wait for us to close below it, come back, reclaim it, and then go lower. Because what that's going to do is it's going to break us below this range. See how we ranged right here? It'll take us lower, do a quick liquidity sweep, come back higher, and the move higher would be the liquidity sweep once we reject and move lower again. So let's see if we can find another demand zone on ES, sort of over here. So you see how this key level matches up perfectly with this 30-minute zone? That's something I'd keep an eye on. But with how weak NASDAQ is right now, just falling through the floor, definitely would be careful with any type of long positions. Any positions, really, at this point. Alright, so sorry about that, guys. Texts from the boss, can't leave him hanging. Bologna, I don't want to pronounce your name wrong, but I see you're in here. Yo, Bliss, what's going on, Brody? Bliss, you gotta turn, I think push the talk on, or if anything, I'm gonna set you to, where is it? Yeah, you're good, Bliss, you don't need to push the talk. Guys, just want to introduce you guys real quick. This is my friend Bliss. I don't know if he's even listening because he's still on mute right now. But he also trades supply and demand just like me. We both learned from the same mentor, Carmine Rosado, if you guys want to look into him. But Bliss is awesome. He's gonna stick around. He's gonna drop some charts and stuff too with us. Nice. Bliss, if you were talking before, we did not hear you. Bologna, though, hello and welcome. Everybody welcome. I see a few other faces joined. Now, Bologna, you probably do have to turn the push to talk on. If you want, I could turn that off if you do think you're going to be active in here, because some people keep it off. How do I talk? Yo, Bliss, is it working? Should be push to talk. Well, it shouldn't be for you anymore because I switched you from push to talk, but now you're muted. Bologna and Dakota, you guys should be push to talk, and if you guys do want me to change that, just let me know. I could switch that for you. Yeah, cool. Alright, let's see. Pretty sure it's under... social, that's it. Okay, alright, Dakota, you're good. You're no longer push to talk. Alright, Bliss, you should also be good. That should work.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, hey, what's going on?
Nice. All good?
Very good. Just make sure, because you don't have push to talk anymore, be careful that you don't have a hot mic.
What does it mean, hot mic?
I mean, like, if you're in a trade and you don't have push to talk on and the trade goes against you, don't drop any F-bombs.
Okay, think about it.
Nah, it's alright. If anything, keep it on mute until you want to talk and then unmute it. That's usually an easier way than push to talk.
Yeah, I did yesterday.
Yeah, Ricardo gave us a good example yesterday. Can't talk? Bliss, you should be able to talk, bro. If Dakota could talk, Bliss, you should be able to talk. Cause I put you as Bullishbrs social, so let me see. What about now? Should be good, bro.
Hello.
Hey, there he is.
What's going on, bro?
Yo, good morning. And by the way, good morning, Rob. Sorry, I'm just seeing his message on YouTube right now. But yeah, guys, this is Bliss. Bliss is the supply and demand homie. He's got great charts, makes great trade plans. This guy's a beast. Bliss, if you want to tell him a little about yourself and your trade style.
Yeah, so I'm on the more contrarian side. I just kind of like to answer where everyone else loses money and then where resistance stacks up. So I took a trade today with the 4300 site, supply, and a trend line, as well as NQ being at supply. VIX consolidating. Me and Kevin have a very similar style. We just take all the context clues we can and just make it into a plan and just trade it.
That's it. That is it. Here we go. 30 minutes. So we're holding up in this area of interest. I'm a 5 minute. Remember, I wanted it to close back here, come back in here, reclaim, and then go lower. That was my thought process. Let's see, this is broken, and broken. The Dow is pushing pretty strong right now. VIX was making some really, really nice moves higher, but obviously hit a bit of a wall on that. Yeah, look at that. See that, guys? My trade plan was to go short once we started rejecting here. Because I let the candle close, I let the candle do its thing. I'm not taking that trade, it just blew right through it. Or could wait. Still got 4 minutes on this candle. Speak to you later, Dakota. Have a good one. Yo, Bologna, did you want me to put you on, so it's not push to talk as well? Alright, sorry about that, y'all. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, but Bologna, if you hear me, you want to shoot me a message and let me know if you do want me to take it off. If you don't, what you're going to have to do is go into the settings. Here, I'll throw it on my chart real quick. Go into settings, and then you're going to go to voice and video, and you're going to click push to talk. And once you click that, another thing will pop up, and it'll have you set a button for push to talk. Once you set that, then you're good to go. Getting weak on NASDAQ. We did come into this daily supply and fail it. I'm actually going to get rid of this 45 minute. This is pointless to me. This is nothing. Nada enchilada. Let's see. Alright. Good morning, the blind trader. That's not good. You shouldn't be a blind trader. We don't want to trade blind. We don't trade blind here. We trade with confirmation. Yes, sir. So we got the Dow sort of double topping right here. We got ES coming back into its supply and rejecting. Yeah. Let's see. I mean, if we look at the daily, we don't have much going on. Except, of course, the rally, this base, and if we continue a rally on this candle. But unfortunately, at the moment, there's a lot of sellers stepping in. We're in a strong area of resistance. And good morning. Anybody who just recently joined the YouTube, do want to give you guys just a heads up. We did take a few trades this morning. We took a quick scalp on this candle because we saw we were rejecting the 1 hour supply on ES and NASDAQ at the same time. And then we almost caught this down move, but instead what happened was I ended up marking out because this 5 minute gave us a drop, base, and then a drop. We couldn't catch this one right at the top because as soon as the candle opened, it flushed. But there were about 2 short plays we took today. And, you know, a lot of them are based off of supply, demand, key levels, and with confirmations. And right now, just because we're not in a trade now doesn't mean there's no trades to be taken. It just means we got to be patient.
Patient is key.
That's right. Patience, P-A-Y.
Well said, Kevin. I see what you did there.
You never heard that one before? I can't take credit for that.
I'm still working on getting my money. I've opened the US bank account Wise, so I should be able to open brokerages.
That's cool. Hey, here we go. Damn, there we go. It was a nice move down. Probably going lower. I don't know. We'll see if this 30 holds. Got a key level here too, guys. Remember, guys, if we're looking at the higher time frame and we're looking for higher low, higher low, higher low, maybe we create a higher low right here in this demand. We got to be careful. We don't want to be shorting here. If we wanted to short, we should have shorted up here, over here, somewhere over here, but not over here. Not near the swing lows, not near a demand. We're going to break it. Let's see. I do want to see, where was that 45 for 1 hour? There was some zone at the bottom over here. Was it a 30? Not really. Not much of a zone down here. I guess we could try this one, but in my opinion, that's not the strongest zone either, so I'd probably delete that. Got NASDAQ at its 1 hour demand zone. This is where it held before. You see how we're in this range right now on NASDAQ for about 1, 2. This is its third day. This is its 1, 2, third time in this demand zone. It has worked out twice so far. Let's see if it works out again. yes, with the wick through its demand to the bottom, just like we saw previously this morning. So what that's telling me is we might get pullback and then continuation. Or what it also tells me is that demand is not holding right now, especially these smaller time frame demands. That's why you got to be in and out with those. You got to be quick with those. Those are really, really, really just for market context and for intraday trading. You never want to swing trade off a 30-minute demand zone. Bliss likes to swing trade off of 5-minute demand zones. I'm just kidding. Bliss trades like the daily. Yo, Bliss, what time frame zones do you usually use?
Honestly, I've been rocking with like the 4-hour lately.
Yeah.
I've been managing the stop losses based on like the 4-hour higher lows.
Oh, that's clean. That's clean. That's dope. So let's see. Let's open up that 5-minute, see what's up. We got the Dow came back to its consolidation area and is rejecting it, seeing if that liquidity holds. NASDAQ definitely weaker than them all, creating a lower low on the 1 hour off the wick, but let's see if that's going to be a trap, because the last time we had a lower low with the wick on NASDAQ, we ended up bouncing. How many points? Let's see. About 100. So let's see if we get another bounce off of this. We'll see. But again, guys, you got to look at how weak the market is right here. This is just selling off like crazy. Trying to go along at the bottom over here, trying to catch a falling knife, should not be a play in your playbook. No way, no way. Alright, let's see. What's going on? I'll probably keep the stream going another 15-20 minutes, guys, just because the market's sort of I don't want to say not doing anything. It's clearly doing something. But yeah, I mean, personally I want it to close sort of over here, maybe get a rejection off this blue trend line, and then come back in this zone and go lower. Again, guys, I'm always looking for that lower low, that higher high, those as confirmations, or the lower highs, higher lows. Because then I know where my entry is, I know where my stop is, and I know I'm getting in on the pullback versus chasing and maybe being in the trade on a pullback, which you don't want to be in a trade on a pullback. You want to enter the trade on a pullback. You don't want to be in before the pullback. Remember that. On YouTube, guys, if anybody's got any comments or input or anything, you guys let me know. I'll let you guys know what I let the Discord know this morning. Obviously, the webinar this past Saturday was a success. Everybody who joined loved it. They learned a lot. They appreciated it. And because of that, I'm going to be hosting another webinar this Saturday from 6 to 7 p.m. I'm most likely going forward to be doing that every weekend, just to sort of give you guys an extra day to review, an extra day to sort of learn something. And it'll be good. This webinar is going to be based off of support and resistance instead of supply and demand, so those key levels that I talk about. And it's also going to be about divergence as well, because that's a big playbook in my it's a big play in my playbook, divergence. Some crazy moves we got. And guys on YouTube, if you guys are interested in me doing that webinar, if you don't mind just dropping a like and hit subscribe, that way you will get notified when we do host it on Saturday. Also, again, I do go live every morning here as well, so you can catch trades with us, you see what we're looking at, see where the supply and demand are, and it's really cool. We got a great community full of a whole lot of courses, from beginner to expert to everything. It's really, really great. We got a big community. We offer one-on-one coaching, all that. It's really, really awesome. And guys, it's quite honestly, it's pretty cheap. YouTube Premium picture quality is much better than the Discord picture quality. Really? So you know what? So Bologna pointed out. She said my YouTube Premium picture quality is much better than the Discord picture quality. That's a good point because what I was thinking of doing was sort of taking it. I don't want to go completely off of Discord because I want to give our members an opportunity to listen in and you know what? Nah, Bologna, it probably is just the Discord being a little crappy of quality because it is Discord. It's not really meant to be the most highest of streaming platforms. I did want to start up a Bullishbrs Twitch account, though, because I'm pretty sure we could simultaneously stream on Twitch and YouTube, which would be cool. Let's see. But yeah, that stinks. I'm sorry to hear that. So is it blurry? Let me see if there's another way. Stream quality. No, yeah, stream quality is the highest it could go. I'm sorry about that. Here we go. We're going lower. Nasdaq just does not want to go up. Wow, that's that's crazy, man. Ain't that something?
All right, Kevin, I'm out of here. I got my daily profit.
Good looks, Ricardo. Appreciate you joining in this morning. I'm glad you hit that goal. Definitely a better day than yesterday, bro.
Yeah, it's just not, didn't overtrade, and I was much more patient and disciplined. It's the discipline for me, man.
Yeah,
it's and the patience.
Yup, listen, man, discipline and patience, they sound like they should be the easiest part, but quite honestly, they're the toughest, because that's what holds our strategies together.
I can go green all week, and then one day I can just give it all back. It's discipline.
Yeah, that's tough. That could also be a sizing thing, man. Maybe you're too heavy on size. Are you trading options or futures?
I'm doing futures, man.
Doing futures, okay. So, what time frame do you enter on?
I trade on the 1 minute, but then I have the 5 minute, the 15 minute, and then the 10-second. The 10-second, and I used to get my exits.
Gotcha.
And then I confirm it on the 5 and the 15, the direction of the market.
Gotcha. Yo, what a drop today. That's crazy. Nothing crazy. Only like, all right, almost 20 from the highs. That's a good move, but nobody will ever get in at the high and sell at the low.
All right, man. Take care and good luck in the market today.
Take care, bro.
Everyone, yeah.
Yep, be good. Enjoy. I'm just writing back to Castle. He messaged something in the main chat saying, "Why is this so hard? Everything I buy tanks." And this is a great point because we have to be aware of our surroundings when it comes to buying and selling and trading. If he was trading in equity, right, and he wanted to go long on, let's do that quick relative strength trick I taught you guys. Tesla being the strongest right now. Say you wanted to go long Tesla, that would have been great because it's relatively stronger than everything else. But if you take a look at the market, the ES, NQ, these are just selling off like crazy. So you need that extra confirmation of the market going in your direction if you're taking equities as well. Oh, nice. Bliss, appreciate you getting back to him on that. That's awesome. That's fire, bro. Appreciate you. All right, look at that. See that, guys? I said like 30, 40 minutes ago, I'm going to look for a bounce at this blue level, this blue trend line. What are we getting? A bounce there. Right to that area of interest again. So, personally, I don't think I'm going to take any more trades. Sort of tough for me to trade and talk at the same time. I did have that one trade this morning, so I got 3 points on that with one ES. I'll take it. My Discord quality is 140, but it's not good. Yeah, Bologna, I got the same Discord quality, and I don't know why it's not coming up good. It must just be Discord being Discord. Alright, let's see. So we're coming back up here. See what's up. Let's see. Alright. So we came back up, we rejected this blue level, we came back up into this area of interest that I said I wanted us to reject, and we got that rejection. Yeah, NASDAQ looks to go lower. That's crazy. Yo, if NASDAQ breaks below this 1 hour demand, that would be pretty nuts. I don't know if we will, though. Remember, guys, if you take a trade, if you take 2-3 trades and you're profitable on most of them and you're up, you hit your daily goal, walk away. Once you hit your daily goal, part of being disciplined is being able to walk away. Because you know what? The market might give you another good-looking opportunity, and you might take that trade and give back all of your profits, or a majority of your profits. Then you're sitting there, you're mad, you're aggravated, you're extra annoyed because, one, you had your profits, you had your daily goal, and now you fumbled the bag because you got greedy. Greed is a killer of trades. It really is. So, yo, what's going on, Polar? See you're new in here. Hello, hello. YouTube, I'd hate to sound like a broken record, but if you guys don't mind dropping a like, and if you do want to hit subscribe to join us every morning we do this, we do supply demand, we take some trades, we show some long and short positions we might consider entering, and it's really great, because you know what too, if you guys got any questions, you let me know. A lot of times I'm just explaining and describing what I'm looking at anyways. So, like, if I'm looking at a supply, I'll say, oh, I'm looking at this key level, we're in supply, and I would take it short and target here and here, right? So that was this morning's trade. This morning's trade was a target here and a target here on a short that we would have entered somewhere along over here, but again, it would have been hard because this 5-minute flushed immediately when it printed. Thank you, Bologna. And YouTube, thank you everybody. Appreciate the likes and the support. It does go a long way. You got to think of it like a like is nothing for you guys. It just takes a second to click it, but it does add up and it does go towards our channel and it does help us grow. So we could sort of do more for you guys too as we go. Look at NASDAQ. NASDAQ's just like, I don't want to go up at all today. Gave us that one pump, retail chased it. That was a great example. If you guys who just recently joined our YouTube live, if they are recorded, if you want to go back to where we started, we had this big pump candle in the morning, and I called it out that we are pumping right into a supply zone that a lot of retail won't be aware of. So while retail was chasing, going long and chasing, us supply and demand traders and us traders who are aware of our surroundings and aware of our levels and zones, we knew we were coming into a supply, which this would have gave us a perfect entry to go short, ES or NQ, truly NQ because look at that move we got. But of course NQ and ES go hand in hand when it comes to trends. So once one starts selling off hard, the other does tend to follow, and a lot of times it ends up being NASDAQ being the leader, because the top 10 stocks in ES and NQ are the same top 10, really about top 9. I'm pretty sure Johnson & Johnson is different from like one in NASDAQ or something. But my point being, the tech stocks, Apple, Microsoft, I don't think Meta anymore, Tesla, Google, Amazon, those stocks, those top 10 in ES are 28%, whereas they're 58% in NASDAQ. So when those stocks start selling hard, those stocks start getting weak, we see a strong rejection, a strong reaction in NASDAQ, and sometimes it's before the rest of the market follows, because the ES is also more heavily weighted on banks, on other things, whereas NASDAQ is more of a tech stock situation. Alright, sorry about that. Was just getting back to some messages. Hello, YouTube. Oh, wow, we got like 5 more people just opt in there. Hello and welcome to our Bullishbrs trading. Oh, wow, more people. Okay, hello. I don't know where you guys are coming from, but welcome to our stream. We had a few good trades this morning. We had a short over here. We had another short. This short I scalped this morning was this one right here. And I would give you guys the playback feature and show you why I took this trade, but maybe I'll do that during the webinar. We're going to be hosting another webinar Saturday. Oh, even more people join. I appreciate you all for joining. Hi, do you trade with shares or options? Louise, I trade futures. So I trade future contracts. So if I'm trading ES, I'm trading 1 future contract to 2, sometimes 3 if I'm going a bit heavy, but normally 1 or 2. 2 so I could trim 1 off. But what I'll do, that way, it's more set in stone. So when you trade options, Louise, you have to deal with the Greeks, you have to deal with theta, you have to deal with delta, you have to deal with gamma, you have to deal with all the Greeks. And that's sometimes a problem. Oh, take care, Bliss, appreciate you for joining. But that's sometimes a problem with all those Greeks because then they could stop you out. Then when on pullbacks, they go a lot harsher towards your contract. Whereas when you trade futures, you have more of a set stop, a set risk reward. 1 point on ES is $50. So if it goes $10 against 10 points against you, it's 500 points. If it goes 10 points for you, it's $500. So regardless, it's always going to be that set amount. Whereas with options, if you're trading a 0 day or a few days till expiration, you really have to consider getting out into strength. You have to consider if it pulls back, will it wreck my whole position? There's really a bunch of things to take account for. Is opening a futures account different from a regular brokerage account? Yes and no. So I know there's some brokers. I know Robinhood is sort of a broker account that is mainly options. You do normally have to have a larger port to open a futures account. Trade-Ovate, however, I'm pretty sure there's a minimum of 100, so if you wanted to start with 150 or 200 or something to give yourself some room, that way then you could trade micros, you could trade MES. You need 100 in your account in Trade-Ovate to trade MES, and you need 200 in your account to trade the micros of NASDAQ, which is MNQ. MNQ is $2 a point, MES is $5 a point. So with that, you could sort of get started with futures, and there's also other ways too. You could get started with an Apex, a funded account. You know, that's sort of something I've been trying out lately. It's pretty fun in my opinion, because the great part about Apex is I bought one of the cheaper accounts, was only like 40, 50 bucks with the coupon, and it gives you a 25k account. Now I'm able to trade that 25k account, and if I pass the evaluation phase, they give you what's called a funded account. When they give you the funded account, you're able to then start taking profits twice a month as long as you stay profitable. The thing behind that is once you do pass the eval, you have to pay a fee to get the funded, but once you pay that fee, there's no more fees. It's great. It's really cool. And what's cool about it too is you're paying, think of it this way, if you're a new trader, you have yet to prove yourself profitable or consistent, you start with an evaluation account, 25k account, your drawdown is 1500 and your target is 1500. If you draw down and you lose that 1500 on the eval, you know how much money you really lose? You're really only losing the $40 you paid to buy that eval. So you're not losing real money at all on it. It's great. Not at all, but the $40 to buy the account and maybe the fee once you do get funded. But my point being, once you get funded and you have to pay that fee is about like $150 or something, they give you a funded account, that's again all you lose. You could blow that account, lose $1,500 of that fake money, and the broker, the evaluation people, they don't care because that was still a paper account. And they don't lose money, and you don't really lose money. You lose maybe the $150 and the $40 that you paid to buy the eval and get funded. But listen, if you're really only losing $40 or $190 because you maybe did pass the eval and get funded, that's way better than losing $1,500. Plus, now you're really giving yourself the chance to prove yourself I'm gonna be consistent. I'm gonna do well. I could set my risk reward. I could set my entries, my exits. You could do micros on those and really take it slow. With the evaluation accounts, it takes about it's a minimum of 7 trading days. So if you pass the eval account in 2 trading days, you just got to place 1 trade a day for about 5. And there's no maximum. You could take a month if you want. You could take 2 months if you really want. Thanks, I'll look into it. I use Tasty Trades for options, but I have no PDT for futures. Just to clarify, Tradeovate for your own capital and Apex for funded. Yes, so Tradeovate for your own capital, Apex for funded, and you could connect Apex to Tradeovate, which is awesome because then you could connect your Tradeovate to TradingView if any of you use TradingView, and TradingView is a super, super clean software that we use here at Bullishbrs. And I'm actually working on, I got to try to email them, and I want to get a discount code for Bullishbrs members so that you guys sort of get an advantage on that, even if it's like a 20% off lifetime or 30% off or something. You guys deserve a treat. What we got? We got Tesla selling off. You know, you could also use equities, guys, as another form of confirmation. So I have this indices right here. This is a weighted indices, and what this is Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Tesla, and Google all combined. So this could be another form of confirmation. See how we were just read this whole day on this? Because we were read this whole day on this. So this is basically the top 10, or in this case, the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the top 5 in ES and NQ as its own stock. And that's pretty cool. Can I copy this? It's not going to let me copy it. Or else I would have sent it to you guys. Alright, I'll figure out a way to get that in the Discord for y'all. Hey man. Alright, I just got a message from one of our members. He was sort of asking what time frame I use for support and resistance, and how far I look back. And the 3-point rule. Do you mind just refreshing my memory on that 3-point rule? Sort of drawing a blank on that. I apologize. But while you do that, what I look for on for support and resistance is I look for higher time frames. Support and resistance, I want 1 hour as the minimum. The bare minimum is the 1 hour. And then I go to the daily and the weekly and stuff. You got to think of it like just like supply and demand. The higher the time frame for support and resistance, the stronger the zone. So if we were on the weekly chart, right, and we had a key level, where's a good example? I guess this would be a good example right here. I don't know. I'm again just trying to find an example. So I guess like right here would be an okay example. That we're looking at the weekly now, and I saw the weekly rejected this once, and then we sort of held it, then we rejected it again, then we held it again, then we held it again. This is a strong zone. This would be an area I would look for some type of rejection or some type of consolidation and reversal. So that's what support and resistance is good for. Then I would go to a daily, look again, and it's sort of hard to see with these charts. I'm going to see if I could, just because those charts are already charted, obviously. So I'm going to see if I could open up a new ES chart and show you guys how I would spot some key levels. Let's get these out of here. And trash. Alright, so let's pop into the weekly first. And I would start. And this will be on the webinar, guys. This will all be webinar stuff, too. I'm going to cover this as well. Alright, so here's a good one. So this is actually a really nice one. So you see how we had a wick off of it, and then we had a rally, a base right on it, and then a rally. And then this was resistance, and then it was support, and then it was support, and now we haven't touched it again. So a lot of times with support and resistance, too, we might not touch them for a while, just like a supply and demand. It all depends on the time frame and the time zone. 3-point rule is price is supposed to touch the trend line, support resistance level 3 times for it to be valid. Yeah, okay, the I got you. I was reading that as 3-point rule as like points, like 4,300 to 4,303, but the 3 touch rule. I use that. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a really great rule, and I'm glad you pointed that out, guys. One of our members pointed out how a good support and resistance zone and a strong key level, and even trend lines, like when you're making a rising wedge or falling wedge or things like that. We see, sorry, I was reading YouTube while I'm talking, I can't do that. The more touches, the more confirmation. If you have 2 or less touches, do not draw it. When it has 2 touches, it can very easily go through it. When it has 3 touches, 3 or more, 3's the sweet spot. 3 or more. So I'd mark again, like right here. I'd mark another one, like right here. Because obviously, look, we went up, we rejected. They're really good to mark near swing highs and swing lows. Because you see how obviously we broke it, we held it as support, broke it, was resistance. So then I would go to a daily. Do the same thing, look for something good. Let's see. So on the daily, and remember guys, support and resistance, we're not going to bounce off of it each time. We will go through it sometimes. So this is a pretty good one. Obviously we go through it over here a little bit, so some people might want to push it down here. I personally would want it about there, because it sort of lines up with right here. So a whole lot of touches. There's resistance, and then it became support right here. So guys, again, support and resistance is as important as supply and demand. Let me get into these YouTube questions real quick, guys. Awesome, thanks for the information. I'll usually chart on TOS. Yeah, Rob, TOS, I used to always just chart on Thinkorswim. Bologna, thank you for answering that question, by the way. The ES futures equals the SPY ETF. That's awesome. I appreciate you. See, that's what's great about a community too, guys, is we work together. We're a team. Everybody helps everybody, and that's really, really, really great. It's way easier to learn trading that way than it is learning it by yourself. MES is micro for yes. Yeah. Oh, awesome. Oh, Bologna, you answered every question for me. Thank you so much. Member of the day, guys. Oh, she hopped out the YouTube. She's probably echoing or something. Alright. What time is it? Oh, 11 already. I like how when it's 11, I'm like 11 already. And when it's 10, I'm like, why isn't it 11 yet? I'll do a few more key levels for you. Just to sort of give you a feel for how I find them and everything. Once I do start breaking into intraday levels, just so you know, I will sometimes mark them as a different color. So like if this is an intraday level, I'll do like a blue or something. And then like this one right here is another good level because we had that double top there. And like even if you wanted, you could put one here, right? But like at that point, you're sort of like just putting zones everywhere and putting levels everywhere. Although these are good. I mean, if you don't trade supply and demand, it's always good to have a lot of good support and resistance. And it's also good to know how to plot support and resistance with supply and demand, because then you get a lot of good areas where a supply and or demand might form. Alright, so that's that. Let me go back to here, check out what the market's doing right now. Did we come back up? Look at that. We almost wicked off of this 1 hour. Or about a tick away. We came back to this key level right here. We'll see if we hold it or reject it. Now, if we're looking at NASDAQ as well, we came below. We broke this daily zone. Let's delete that. I'm sorry, we broke the hourly zone. And we came back, we retested the daily, and now it looks like we want to go lower. Alright, let's see. I'll test the waters with the short here. I'll probably stop out quick if it goes against me. Do not, VIX wants higher. Alright, we'll see. We'll see. Dow looking weak. It's a big old drop. A big old drop candle. And if it doesn't, I will most likely just close it out for either break even or a small loss. We got 2 minutes and 55 seconds left in this 3-minute candle. It is a little, it was a little bit of a bad entry because I didn't let the candle close, and I also didn't wait for it to sort of wick back up to enter. So that's another thing you gotta look out for. But we'll see. NASDAQ, of course, again, rejecting that area. This is sort of what helped me for the confirmation to go short on this trade, was this rejection right here. Got VIX trying to push higher, we shall see. Alright, here we go. Giving me a little bit of a move, just a little bit of a move, nothing crazy yet. Come on, NASDAQ, you gotta lead us, you know you want to. Big wick back. Let's see. Got 2 minutes left in this 5-minute. Gotta be patient. Let it do its thing. Obviously, the bears have been in control lately, so gonna be watching this. Might turn into a scalp. We shall see. Sort of hard to turn this into a scalp, in my opinion, because bears have clearly been in control today. So, if anything, I would want to hold shorts longer than I would want to hold longs. But we shall see. Until, of course, the market reverses and proves otherwise. You know, retail could be chasing this long, thinking we're reversing, when maybe we're not. We still have a little room to this demand. Yeah, definitely wicking around and everything over here. I'm actually look to maybe even add on to this position. Yeah, there we go. What is the Dow doing? Dow's hitting that key level and bouncing. Come on, Bears, you know you want to win it. Let's see, ladies and gents, 20 seconds left. NASDAQ trying to push green. Could this be a fake out? Let's see. Oh man, oh man. Not a fan on the 5-minute, looking like a rally, a base, and a rally if we do go higher. So definitely be a little careful, guys, if you're playing any shorts, playing any position, really. NASDAQ looking good for rejection. NASDAQ looking pretty good for that rejection, actually. Yeah, here we go. Good stuff. Come on, NASDAQ, bring us lower. You've been doing it all day. VIX wants higher. Here we go. Here we go. That's nice. That's good. That's what we like to see. Now at this point, I'll look to scalp one out. Maybe. No, NASDAQ's too strong to the bear side. Why would I scalp one out? Let's try. There we go. Now I'll scalp one out. VIX wants higher. Dow's sort of struggling to go lower. Alright, out of one contract, gonna let this other one ride a little bit, see what we got. Hey, here we go. Now, because we're sort of near the lows, guys, targeting another low might be risky. Hey, that's nice. Getting out there. Alright, I hit my daily goal. I'm coming back. Yesterday was a bit of a rough day for me on my side, guys. I do like to be transparent with my trades with y'all. Today was a great comeback day. Very good. Was very patient. Did my thing. Did what's up. And yeah, that's about it. Here, I'll show you guys real quick the 2 trades I took. Again, I do like being transparent with y'all. I tried a pre-market trade right here, 2 shorts. I got out for break even. And then right here, I got in a short. Right, I sold right at the supply where supply started, and then I got out right on this wick, which was a perfect exit because we ended up coming back up. I didn't catch this move lower. I was sort of going over that with you guys. Again, it's hard for me to take any trades while I'm talking and going over everything. But this happened. We pulled back up. We came up to this key level. I trusted my zone. I trusted my level. This key level matched up with NASDAQ coming up to supply. Gave me my extra confirmation. I was already short 1 contract at 4285. I ended up doubling down at 4286. And I just got out of both contracts down here. Just pretty nice move. Alright, ladies and gentlemen of the Bullish Bears community, I appreciate you all for tuning in today. I hope you all learned something. Thank you, Balone, I appreciate that. And I appreciate you all for joining in, tuning in on YouTube, guys. Don't forget, we will have another webinar Saturday at 6. And if you want, please don't forget, hit that like and subscribe button. It doesn't do much for you guys, but it goes a long way for us, and we do appreciate it, since we do obviously do all this YouTube stuff for free for you guys. And it's our pleasure, of course. Alright, with that being said, I am signing off. Happy trading, everyone. Take care, I'll see you all tomorrow.